Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order. Board of Directors, Regal Shores Condominium Association, September 17th, 2025. Is that better? Okay, then let me start all over again. We're calling this meeting to order. Board of Directors, Regal Shores Condominium Association, September 17th, 2025. Robin, the roll call, please.
Stuart Cooperstein via Zoom. Martin Danowitz. Here. Shelley Siegel. Here. Joyce Deutsch. Here. Ray Hazlitt.
Here.
Robin O'Connor. We have a quorum. Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Thank you, Robin.
All right. Okay.
And Robin, the minutes, please.
Right. All right. I moved to approve the minutes of the June 18th Board of Directors for Regal Shores. Who seconds it? Shelley Siegel seconds it. All in favor?
Opposed?
Everybody voted yes. Thank you.
Okay, moving on to the President's report. Good morning and welcome back from a 2-month no board meeting vacation. I hope you all had a pleasant summer. Rest assured, my last statement does not mean that the board was on vacation and not actively working to maintain the standards of Regal Shores. The roof access doors have been installed with the new simplex combination locks. Just a reminder that if roof access is needed, you will need to contact Campbell Property Management for the code. If after hours or during weekends, members of the board each have an override key. Again, this was done to prevent unauthorized access and to preserve our NDL warranty on our new roofs. After many back and forths, the SEERS, or Structural Integrity Reserve Study report for Regal Shores has been finalized. You will be pleased to know that we are in great shape, and this will only contribute a minor amount to our future budgets. Speaking of the budget, we are in the process of a line-by-line analysis of our current and projected expenses. We are awaiting a final budget from the Master HOA. I will leave further future comments to our treasurer, Marty Danowitz, as they become available. During the new business section of this meeting, I will be establishing 2 new committees. One will deal with facilities, and the other will deal with a review, revisions, and additions to our rules and regulations. If you might be interested in participating, please let us know. We're always looking for help. You should have all received emails from Campbell Property Management regarding the Vantica system. The email dated September 4th. The email dated September 4th informed you that there will be training sessions on October 8th at 10 o'clock and October 21st at 2 o'clock here in the clubhouse. These may be attended live or watched on Zoom. The links and actual locations will be provided. There was also an email on September 12th with an attached instructional video. Vantica allows you to pay association-related bills, view your accounts, submit ARBs, and file and follow up work orders, among other things. I urge you to attend one of these training sessions. I once again would like to bring your attention an aspect of condominium or community living. We try very hard to keep things clean, safe, and pest-free. Without your cooperation, this is an impossible task. Our trash rooms are horrendous. All garbage should be sealed in plastic, disposable garbage bags, put in the trash chute, or placed in the large dumpster, not on the floor. Cardboard boxes are to be broken down, not left assembled, and then placed in the appropriate bins. Shredded documents or mail should also be in bags, not just dumped haphazardly in the bins. Shortly, you will be receiving the first notice of our annual meeting. The meeting will be held on December 24th at 10 o'clock here in the Palm Room. Included in the email will be a form and instructions to fill out if you would like to run for the Regal Shores Board of Directors. There will be 4 seats coming up for re-election. Get involved, run, make a difference in your community and our community. Our next board meeting will be on October 22nd at 10 o'clock here in the Palm Room. And now the Campbell report.
Okay. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you. Welcome back to everybody. Apologies for being late here this morning. So it sounds like you covered pretty much all the major items. One, I don't know if you touched on it, but the pressure washing of the fronts of the buildings is all but completed at this moment. We are going to offer, as we have in the past, the option to do your back patio if you'd like to have that done. If you call our office and speak to either Millie or Heidi, let them know that you're interested, and they'll start making a list, and as soon as we have all that together, you'll write a check out for $75 to the association, and then we'll make an appointment to come around and clean those patios for you. Let's see, what else is there? I think you hit on all of it at this
Ed,
point.
I'm sorry. How much did you say for the...
75. 75. Yeah, I'm sorry. Good. Just pointing out wisely. It also includes the fence in the center, just for clarity. We've done that in the past. Most people are aware. If you have a lot of foliage that are up against that, or if it's very high on there, it makes it a little difficult to clean, but we do the best we can around that. Okay. Anything else? You have anything, Millie? First, we need to get everybody's to find out who's going to do what, right? So if they call in, a deadline for that? Maybe. We can give them till like October 15th. That's fine. Cool. Well, if you want to do it later, that's fine too. Anyone that's back, if they want to do it when they come back, let me know. It's not that big of a deal. So. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Good morning, everyone. For the month of August, we had a total of 72 work orders. I have 50. I'm showing 51 are closed. I didn't get a chance to check in with in-house maintenance because we did have some that were opened. Once I do, I'll have it corrected and post with the minutes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Marty, the treasurer's report, please.
Okay, this is going to be the financial report as of August 31st. If you need to look at the previous 2 months, they're already out on the website. For total Regal Shores, we have operating cash of about $473,000, special assessment funds related to the elevator of $251,000, and that continues to go down as we finally close out the loan on the elevator, which should fully pay off by the first quarter of next year. Then we have our special assessment funds for the roof. We have $2,055,000 sitting there. And that's gone down a little bit predominantly to pay the interest on the loan, which is interest only until next year. Our overall reserve funds are $995,000, and that's up by about $30,000, which is due to the monthly reserve build. Other current assets were $725,000, predominantly made up of prepaid master fee, regular assessment still to be collected of $117,000, and prepaid insurance of $531,000. Our current liabilities are $250,000, which is predominantly made up of deferred income and the offset to the insurance payable. And our reserves liabilities is the same number, $995,000. Our equity is $240,000. Some significant income statement items for the month of August. Our fire alarm contract was $8,600. Irrigation maintenance, which we accrued for, was $4,200, and Siemens repairs and maintenance work, $5,600. And for Regal Shores 2, there was tree trimming, which was $1,300, which is a little over the annual budget, but only a variance of about $350. And Regal Shores 2 had virtually no repairs and maintenance in the month of August. That's it. No significant repairs and maintenance relative to variance for Regal Shores 1. That's it.
Thank you, Marty. Okay, at this point, we are going to have an open mic, 3-minute time limit. Additional time may not be ceded by another member. Only items specifically on the agenda at this time may be addressed. Each member may speak once on each agenda item. Comments will be taken under advisement.
Name and where you live.
As quite a few know, because I have sent. It's not close enough to your mouth, that's all. Can you hear me? It doesn't work.
No, it works, it's just you have to get close to it.
I don't like it.
I'm sorry.
That's
Very hard to hear. You don't have to touch it, just get close.
Okay, as quite a few know who I am, I'm Karen Brescher. I live in Building 1 in Regal Shore South. Thank you for all the work you do on the board. I have been in your place for many, many years before I lived here. And I have two things I would like to bring up. When you send a work order in and you get a reply back from Campbell, shouldn't there be a date within that the work is going to be done? Say, a month?
All right, Karen, let me just interrupt you for a second. I will answer that question. However, this really belongs in the second open mic. Right now, these are only items that are specifically on the agenda. However, to address your question, as far as a date, a lot of times when a work order comes in, let's assume that it's landscape related. Assuming that it's landscape related, when the work order comes in, it first has to be sent to the vendor. When it goes to the vendor, they need to then schedule it before they can give us a time that they're going to come here. It is impossible for us to put a date on it of when it's actually going to be accomplished.
Approximately.
Even approximately. We don't write the schedules for Palm Beach Broward. They have their own scheduling. We don't do that.
Okay.
And we can't. It's impossible.
And another question. We just paid the last of the elevator is done.
Karen, again, this is not an agenda
Well, you
item.
just talked about it. You just talked about the money with the elevator. I thought it was, then I made a mistake.
Unless you paid it off yourself.
I don't remember. But I want to ask one question. It has to do with the assessment on the roof, which you discussed, the money and everything. If at this point of time that you want to pay the additional amount that's left that you've been paying out, are you allowed to?
But you have to pay it off to the full net of $19,760.
What about the months I've paid into it already?
Less the amount you paid.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to know.
Okay, anybody else? Is there anything on Zoom, Marty? Okay, in that case, we're going to move on to active committee reports. And the first is Joyce, landscaping, please.
Good morning and welcome back, everybody. Our hurricane tree trimming has been done, and we removed all fruit and seedlings from all palm trees. That's been a big contention, and it can be a hazard. So I made sure that every tree, but it will grow back, does not have any fruit or seedlings on it. We also trimmed back any trees that were touching the buildings. Please keep in mind that these are living items, and over time they will grow back. This summer, our landscaping has suffered a great deal. We had extreme heat and very little rain. Aside from the weather conditions, our irrigation systems, both in north and in south, had extreme failures. Our lawns were not watered, neither by our systems nor by the rain. Therefore, we have had to replace as well as repair the irrigation systems in many areas. I've always been very proud of our flowers, but this summer has let us down. I am now getting ready to pick our flowers for the winter planting, as well as cleaning up and planting at our monument. This will be done after we survive any hurricane threats. You may be wondering, why are we removing some of the trees? Their removal was due to granoderma. If they are not removed, when we notice the need, the granoderma can spread all over the trees as well as all the plantings. So some of the trees that you think are fine and beautiful are really not, and they present an issue. All of the above issues has resulted in being a significant cost of overrun to our landscaping budget. I want to wish everybody, both Jewish and non-Jewish, a happy and healthy New Year.
Okay, Ray, you're up with the Building Captains Committee.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you, everybody who attending here. So we met yesterday. We welcomed a new co-captain to Building 6. Her name is Bruria.
She's here.
Bruria, thank you very much for your service. We appreciate it. And so we went over. We didn't meet over the summer, so it was our first meeting back after a couple of months. So basically, we went over our goals and protocols that we try to adhere to and follow. And so I spoke to Millie, and one of the concerns was, we like to greet our new residents as a building captain, get them, just welcome them basically. And there is a concerted effort for the building captain to be emailed by Millie or somebody from Campbell. That way we could know who's moving in and we could greet them without waiting for the moving truck. So that should work out just fine. We encouraged our building captains to become familiar and attend the training session for Vantiga. And in that way, they could possibly assist, because we have some neighbors who are not computer savvy. This way, the building captain would be able to guide them possibly, if available. We'd like the building captains, they receive complaints, certain things in their building. One of them is overnight parking in the handicap spots. This pops up from time to time. It's basically for a guest to stay over maybe a night, a handicap, or a resident to load and unload. But for a resident to park overnight, you know, we should encourage them, maybe remind them that of the policy, no parking overnight. So it was a good meeting, and thank you very much. That's all I have to report.
Thank you, Ray.
No. Take that one.
Check, check. Ooh, it's a hot one. Okay. I don't know if you touched on the roof access item? You did? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Good. Check.
Okay, next is the Hurricane Committee, our very own Frida Toback.
Good morning, thank you. Can I turn around for just a moment?
Absolutely, Frida.
People in this room, how many of you know we have a hurricane plan in place? Good. How many of you have read it? Really? No. The question isn't glance. The question is, did you read it? Thank you. If you read it, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Well, if you read it, you would know that I wrote it in short bursts of information, month by month, starting in March. If you can't remember that, talk about other issues. And this is the- So, as a reminder, in lifetime, hello. It's working. We hear you. It's working. Yes. In lifestyle, in June, July, August, September, I had a two-part essay on shelter, which is very important to me and perhaps to the rest of you. There are all sorts of shelters in Congress County. The most important to me are the special needs shelters. And I put it in so that you don't need a special needs shelter.
few left from last year. We
Okay, is there a special needs shelter that also allows pets? So if someone is handicapped and has, go ahead. They allow, pardon? Oh, service dogs. Okay, thank you.
Frida, thank you. Okay, while that's being taken care of, our next up is Social Committee. Elena's not here.
Elaine's not
Robin is
here,
going to-
so I'm going to act in her stead. The Social Committee has got approval for the date of January 21st, 2026, to have our meet and greet. What they would like to do and are proposing is to have it at 6 to 9-ish, where they will have 6 different types of appetizers and an ice cream sundae bar at a minimal cost of, including tax and tip and everything else, of $18. That would be $18 per person for 6 different types of appetizers and a sundae bar, an ice cream sundae bar. What they'd like to do is have a DJ. The cost for the DJ is $300. They would like to ask the board to pay for that $300.
All right, now, Robin, this is not a sit-down meet and greet.
There will be seats there. There will be tables, yes. In the, no, that is yet to be determined if they will be assigned or what's going to be happening. You know, we wouldn't even, it will be in the Palm Room. The Palm Room has been reserved. We have to have a minimum of 100 people in order for it to, to be cost effective. And it will be done in a little bit, it will be a gathering so that there will be time for everybody who is here to meet each other. And that's something that the social committee will be working on. One of the members is here. Thank you very much, Robin. And feel like you're talking to yourself sometimes. And it's very exciting for us not to have to show our community that we all care for each other, and there is no can you hear me? Can you hear me? That there is no division, that we are Regal Shores. It does not matter if you're in building 1, if you're in building 5, if you're in building 11. We are all the same community and all have the same wants and is treated equally by the board, and we'd like to get to meet our neighbors. And so we're asking again for the $300 from the board to pay for the DJ.
Robin, just to be clear, this is a dinner dance?
Well, we're not having dinners, we're having appetizers and Sunday bar. Can you hear me? Yeah. And there will be an aspect of the meeting which will be a meet and greet, and there will also be dancing. And a very good way to meet your neighbor is when you dance with them as well, or you socialize, and you go ahead and turn off, change partners. There's a lot of interesting things that one can do with the dancing aspect of it with the DJs. 21st. Right. Once we figure out the finances, we will then send out a save the date to everybody via email to remind, because the snowbirds as well as the full-time residents hopefully all have access to email. Yes? Appetizers. 6 different types of... No, that isn't what is planned. 6 different types of hors d'oeuvres will be on the table. Yes, historically, we do understand that there have sometimes been issues with the catering service that runs out of food, and this was something that we did address with him, and we will go over with him before the event to make sure that everybody who pays their money is entitled to the same amount of hors d'oeuvres, and that we do not want him to run out. I understand. The way that everything is structured at Coral Lakes is you have to give the catering the right of first refusal on any event that you have here, from what I understand.
That's correct.
And so for the 6 different types of hors d'oeuvres, the ice cream sundae bar, $18, which includes the sales tax and the tip, is a reasonable amount for 6 different types that will be presented. Yes, that's all. That's included. Coffee, tea, and iced tea will be included, and water, and ice. No, if you want soda or anything, that you can bring
Right.
your own.
This actually is a board discussion. So I think that what I'm going to do is just open it up for discussion. Comments?
I think it's a very nice idea. I really do. It just seems to me, it's just my own opinion, that it would be a late afternoon event rather than 6 to 9. But the dancing sounds great, sounds like something different, and I think it's good. Very good. Thanks.
Marty?
Yeah, the only thing I would say is in terms of the DJ, normally the board isn't going to cover something like that. Wouldn't it make more sense to bump up the cost by $1 for everybody? That would cover the cost of the DJ?
Well,
Or $2, whatever.
that is an option. That's the reason why we're coming to the board first.
You're off now.
It's off.
You need the green
Yeah, they stink.
Yeah, it was on. The green light is on. Hello? Okay. Hi. It's something that has been brought to the committee that in other associations have paid for the DJ. And as you said, it's only $300. So rather at going forth, since you don't know, your minimum is $300, so you don't know if you would be charging the people $2, $3, or whatever. So we are just coming and asking the board, that's a nominal amount, to support your community and to socialize and to gather together.
Does that price of the table cover overwear and all of the other things that we
Yes,
had to
it
pay
includes the table goods, the paper goods, the utensils, coffee, hot coffee, you can make your own iced coffee, hot tea, iced tea, sugar, what? No soft drinks. That gets to be a little bit expensive. If you want, you can bring your own.
Robin?
Yes.
I don't know if I understood correctly. The hors d'oeuvres will be placed on the individual tables, or there'll be a buffet table?
Well,
helps
right,
themselves.
we can further discuss that with Lance. Right now, it would be on the individual tables, therefore, everybody, we would know on the table that, say, you're starting off with 2 or 3 hors d'oeuvres per person of the 6 hors d'oeuvres. So if you do a buffet style, you have no control over, you can't say to somebody, ooh, that is your 4th piece, or that is your 5th piece. So you do have a better control on a table-by-table basis.
So you would be assigning people to a table then?
Yes, how the assigning people to the table, or if people can come in and just sit on their own tables, the food will not be immediately out on the table. We will make sure of that, because 1, it would get cold, and 2, you cannot control it. All of our neighbors are wonderful, but sometimes they don't realize what table they want to sit at, and they move tables, so we want to do it after the fact of this.
Well, my opinion would be to add some type of nominal fee into the $18 to partially cover what the DJ is going to be. If there's a shortfall, then the board would have to cover the shortfall. But I don't think that, in my opinion, that the board should put that kind of money up for a handful of people that might be showing up.
Well, it has to be over 100 people
Yes.
within the community.
Right, but we have 292 units.
No, not everybody is going to come, and we understand that. And you look, people have identified to us that they don't want to pay $25 or $25 plus. Wait 1 minute, let me finish talking, for breakfast, because they felt that their return on investment was not positive. So this is a more cost-effective way for the community, for the Regal Shores community, to get together. It does not impact any of the clubs, which is the reason why it's trouble having it in the afternoons, because people have clubs and they go to their events. This allows people, they can choose it at a time where, you have a little bite to eat, and then you come, you have your hors d'oeuvres. Everybody seems to like ice cream sundae bars. So I think it's a nominal fee of $300 to service a minimum of 100 Coral Lakes Regal Shores residents. The decision is a board decision.
Robin, it's just a suggestion. Can you hear me?
Wait, we got 2 people talking, hold on. Go ahead.
I just wanted to know, are there going to be table decorations as from the past practice? They gave out pens, they gave out candy, they gave out things of that.
Like we had the last.
Right, well, that will add on an additional cost of, say, $1. So it would be $20 without the board approval, because we do want tchotchkes or whatever, and we already have, because people like them. And you know what? The table, we've already discussed the table decorations, and they will be free.
Right, but
We've
Rob,
looked at that.
in the past, when we have had our social events, for instance, the last one that we had the pens as giveaways. They were on all the tables. That ran the association an additional $200 to put in. So what we're talking about between the DJ and some type of a giveaway, we're now up to $500.
Well, you know what? At this particular point in time, if we get the $300 for the DJ, we will not come back and ask for giveaways, because there are things that have been discussed with the community, and the giveaways that people receive, how many of people still have it and how many of them were left. So you have to put your priorities, or your financial priorities, where you get your most bang for your bucks. The table decorations will be free. We've already discussed that. Giving away a freebie is very nice, but most people don't use them or leave them here or throw them away. How many of you are there have your Coral Lakes pens? Besides the board. Right. So you have 3 people. So that was money that could have been saved perhaps last year.
The only point I wanted to make would,
Whatever.
the only point I wanted to make is everything that the board covers, everybody pays for it because we have to budget for it. And we're trying to hold the budget as flat as we possibly can. Every little dollar counts.
You know what?
Well,
It's a board.
let
One
me-
minute. One minute.
say
Let me
something.
resign.
You've never gotten back to me.
Go ahead.
Marty, you just brought something up that I wanted to say. Everybody that is not coming is paying for this if it's a board item. So I personally would suggest putting in another $2, making it an even $20 a person.
It already is 20.
What?
Because they said with the other stuff, it's already at 20.
Right.
But
Yeah.
that's without the band, the DJ.
It's what's at 20?
It's 20 for, you said it was gonna be another $2 before the,
Well, you know what? We can do away with the tchotchkes.
Right.
That's it, because they're not needed. So it's 18s for, and that includes the table decorations, and it includes the food, and it includes it. You know what? It's a board decision. All the social committee, which, as some people know here, have put in a lot of their time, just want to make sure all they're doing is coming to the board to say, can you do $300? Is that an investment? If you have a minimum of 100 people, it may be 150 people. Nobody knows. And that's the reason why the date was chosen early enough in the season to go ahead and do save the dates so that we know that we have the Palm Room available for that. And there are no other events that we are aware of that are going on in the Coral Lakes.
Stuart, you wanted to say
Okay.
something?
Going to ask, do we have equipment? I mean, what is it there's so many musical apps that download to play music and do these different kinds of things that it almost could be done in-house if there's equipment. I don't know I've been to so many things where there is music playing and I don't see DJs and I don't, is that through a system of some sort? Maybe it needs to be investigated. I mean, to make a playlist is not a big to-do right off of any computer program. Especially in this kind of a crowd, most of it is the social line dancing and the kind of things that people can do if they're single or if they're coupled or whatever.
Stuart, are you volunteering to do it? We would gratefully appreciate it if in fact you would like to do it. I don't
Well,
have the.
it's not a matter of that. The question is there equipment? If there's equipment to make the download is not a problem. But if there's no equipment to play it through, then it's an issue. I don't have the equipment. I have my
I'm
little-
going to make a suggestion.
Right.
My suggestion would be not to make a decision today.
Okay, that's
My-
perfectly fine.
My suggestion would be to put it off until our next board meeting, that everybody has time to get more information, because I don't think that we have the full picture.
Right. We do have the contract. They got the contract.
I have it right
Right,
here,
right,
Robin.
you
I've got the...
No problem.
The DJ, and I also have the cafe. But I really think that we need more information as far as what actually is going to be going on, what the costs are going to be.
No problem.
And once we have that, then I think we can make an intelligent decision rather than an emotional.
Spontaneous. Very good. Thank you very much.
I'd
The
like
social
to add
committee.
something to
Robin,
that.
thank you.
I'd like to
Appreciate
say
it.
something.
You're welcome.
I think if each captain sends out a notice, a request to their building, we would get an idea of how many people really would attend this. And we could make a decision with that as well.
That would be very good, and if that's something Ray can bring up at the next captain's meeting.
Yeah, well, that's something that we can look into.
We have time.
I think that's a very good suggestion.
Okay, Robin, this really is
Tabling it
is a
right
board
now.
discussion right
Discussion.
now. Thank you.
Can I just say something? Ed had told me earlier that he would offer $5 a belly dance.
You're gonna do the belly dance though, Ed?
He's got the belly.
Ray, you're out.
Ain't no one going to that thing.
Okay, Robin, again, thank you very much. And we will take this up at the next board meeting.
We would get a big show. I think we wouldn't have enough room.
Okay, moving on to unfinished business. There really, I don't believe, is anything. However, I'm just going to, off the top of my head, just give you a brief update on what's going on over in Building 4, 104, with the HUD reverse mortgage that's now coming to fruition. We have gotten papers from HUD saying that they will be foreclosing on the property, which in essence will wipe out the loan that's on there. And once that's taken care of, we will be able to, or the property will be disposed of, and we'll start getting money in from the property rather than losing money on the property. When I got served with the papers, they went to the attorney, and my question was, well, how long is this going to take to really come to fruition? And I was told that it could be as long as 8 months before everything's finalized. So that's where that stands right now. It's out of our hands. We cannot push the bank to move any faster than they actually are. I'm sure they want to get to the end of it. They already appointed an attorney that I believe is either in Fort Lauderdale or Miami that will be handling the case. We also got served from him as well, just notifying they're looking for any lost heirs that might be involved, but there are none. And at any rate, that's where that's going right now.
Richard, the only question I have is any amounts that we've accrued, probably collection is going to be minimal or unlikely, correct? We have to write all that off.
Yes, I would imagine so, Marty.
That's a big number.
I think that actually we're only entitled to, oh my God, I mean, I read this years ago. It might be 1% of,
1%, $10,000.
Yeah? $1,000.
yeah, it's minimal, Marty, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think that, but actually, I think that the whole thing should be written off anyway. First of all, this was J&M, and
Yeah.
J&M is still on the books.
Yep.
All right. Anyway, I don't believe there's any more unfinished business. Yes, Frida.
I've been listening to all of you talk, and I know at the meeting you talk amongst each other, but here in the audience, sometimes it's extremely difficult to hear you. I have a sound level meter with me, and I was measuring when Stuart was speaking. Where I was sitting sounded like a loud whisper. When you, Robin, were speaking, because there was a problem with your microphone, it sounded just a couple of decibels loud. I would ask that if you really want us to listen to what you say, that you speak louder and clearer, so that everybody can hear you.
Well, Stuart is on Zoom, so whatever we get is what we get.
Then somebody should repeat what he's saying.
We have a very big problem with microphones.
Okay, Frida, thank you.
Thank you, Frida.
Okay, moving on to new business. I want to establish two committees. The first one, I would like to establish a Rules and Regulations Committee. The purpose of this advisory committee will be to review, recommend revisions to the existing rules and regulations, as well as recommendations for additions to the rules and regulations. As this is an advisory committee, a vote really is not required. So I would like to appoint, and she accepted, Robin O'Connor as the chairperson of this committee. And if there are anybody that would like to join and assist, just let Robin know or other board members. The second committee is a facilities committee. And I would also like to establish this ad hoc facilities committee. The purpose of this advisory committee will be to explore our next major project, which will be a full mill and pave of our parking lots. And what I would like this committee to also look into would to include a possible electric car charging station infrastructure. In other words, while everything is all ripped up, putting in PVC underneath the asphalt or whatever will be minimal, as opposed to later on having to rip it up, install it, and then repair it. So, again, I would like to establish this committee. And I would like to appoint Ray Hazlitt as chairperson of that committee. Okay, and if anybody, again, is interested in helping out, by all means, please let either the chair people know or anybody else on the board. And
Richard, is
I
the,
just want to add about the finances, Marty.
well, I just wanted to ask about the facilities. Is that a standing committee or an ad hoc committee?
Ad hoc.
Okay.
There's been a lot of talk, and the rumor mill in Regal Shores and actually all of Coral Lakes is rampant. It never stops. People are very worried about the mill and pave and assessment. There should be enough money in the reserves to cover the entire project. So at this point, those are rumors, and I just wanted to put that to rest.
Thank you. That was very into the mic. Come up to the mic.
Well, we're
Not
going
open mic.
to get there in a
It's
second.
not open mic yet. It's not open mic yet. Let's wait a few minutes till we're finished.
Okay, and I think that concludes all the business of the board. So I would like
Getting a workout.
to call for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Stewart voted yes.
Opposed? All right, so it's unanimous. And now we will open up the question and answer period. Again, it's an open mic. 3-minute time limit. The same rules apply as before for the open mic during the meeting. Floor is open.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, according to the parking I am upset because I have a handicap, and Building 9 has a car that's been parked for 3 weeks, if not more, overnight in the handicap space. The car is dead. I say tow it to a guest spot or something. Pardon me? I thank you very much. Okay, my point has been done.
Thank you, Lou.
Good morning, Marcia Stein, Building 6. I have 2 questions. Number 1, Ray, as long as you are heading this new committee, I hope you will be apprised or are apprised of all of the information that went on regarding the paving in Tuscany. And if you're not.
You know, these microphones, it's working. Come to the master board meeting and complain.
Okay. If you're not apprised of it, I hope you will get updated. Number two, at the building captain's meeting yesterday that I did not attend because I am no longer a building captain, but I did make a suggestion for the agenda, and I understand that it was not discussed. So my question is, first my comment, I just found out that there were 2 homes in Regency Cove that were hit by lightning. I don't know if it was last week or a prior storm, with extensive damage to both homes that are across the street from one another. So my question, and I guess this is for Ed, do we have anything on our roofs that protect us from lightning?
My AC was hit by lightning.
Should we have something?
Is there something that would work? Let's put on a roof. Lightning rods for our roof?
I think we got one. So I believe, most people I think are familiar with lightning rods or lightning suppression system that goes on your roof. It's an option. I've heard both ways, whether it's a positive and it's a negative. Some say it attracts lightning to you that normally you wouldn't have gotten. Others say that it works great. I've had it on buildings that I've managed over the years, and I've had hits to the building that still managed to damage the building somehow. That's something the board can consider. It's something to look into. Facilities. Mr. Ray.
What kind of cost are we talking about?
It's very expensive.
Very expensive.
It's very expensive.
Extremely expensive because
Yes.
not only are you putting the lightning rod, a couple of them on each building,
There's
the cabling needs to run down to the ground level where you're putting in ground rods all around the building. You're not putting in one ground rod. It's like a swimming pool.
It's well over. I would say, well exceeding $30,000 a building,
Easily.
easily.
And going through our new roof.
The question would be, Ed, are you familiar with these 2 homes that were hit?
I'm not, but I am familiar with the 2 buildings in Coral Cove that were hit a couple of weeks ago that unfortunately affected the elevators to the tune of $50,000. Yeah.
My point was that the thousands of dollars that these 2 homes, and I can get that
They
information.
have insurance.
If you don't know it, but a friend of mine.
They're covered by insurance.
Should be.
The thousands of dollars that it costs in the damage that.
18 and 19.
Is it worth an investment? I'm just throwing it out
Too
there. I don't know
expensive.
anything about it.
That's another assessment. You want to pay another assessment?
Well, if it hits my home and I have to pay $50,000 for replacement, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see that.
We have insurance.
We have insurance. Okay, let's leave that subject for now.
That's a lot of money.
Julie maybe in Regal Shores. Shouldn't that be a master?
No.
No.
It's on our property.
No.
Shouldn't that be a master board decision?
No.
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 And it's also, should there be a, how many people are really have electric cars here? I don't have it, I don't want to pay for it.
There are mandates that are coming down from the state that are going to require you to have them in a condominium association. Well, it's not necessarily today, but they're talking about infrastructure. They're not talking about physically putting the chargers in place right now. It's to save money downstream.
But there would be an assessment for the
No.
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 We don't.
Karen, right now,
And pave,
Let
they
Richard
run
answer.
conduit
Let Richard
before they put the blacktop on.
That's all.
And
That's not what she's asking.
Or you have the ability to run it through there for the electrical.
At eventuality.
Karen, there are no charging stations involved. In other words, listen to me, okay? Imagine this. The parking lot is ripped up, all right? You have dirt and gravel. If we take PVC pipe at this point in time, empty, and we lay it down on the dirt, and I don't know what the distance would be, but you put in just a box. It's called a junction box. It's something that you can open up, that you run the wires through. You pull the wires through the conduit. It goes to the meter room. We're not talking about that. We're only talking about laying the pipe while everything is up, and you don't have to dig. You don't have to do anything. You just lay it down and put on top of that the asphalt, etc. Carl Lakes has been talking about it for a while. It would be in the parking lot up here, but each individual community, or the condominiums at least, that don't have garages where an individual can put it in themselves, eventually we're going to have to put them in.
Mandated by the state.
And the way the percentages are going, that people are switching over, it also is going to make your property more valuable because there are going to be people that are going to say, I'm not going to move there. How am I going to charge my car?
The individual charging it will be the one paying for it. It's just like, it's just like anyone that you would do today if you went down the street. There's some down by Publix off of, Oriole,
Marketplace.
all over the place. They're at Target. Yeah, so it's the same setup. It'll just be here local for you to use. And again, these are going to be mandates by the state for condominiums at a point in time. Just trying to get ahead of the curve.
Hi, Mary Pifko, Building 1, Regal Shore South. I understand there's been a problem with rust. At Building 2 and 3. Could you please explain that to me, because it's making me very nervous.
When we found out that there was a problem, and I'm not going to say that it's an infestation because it is not. When we first heard that there was a problem, we immediately got a hold of the exterminator that we use, not individuals use, but what the association uses. Over in Regal Shore South, we had 14 baited stations with poison around the community. On that particular day, we authorized and had installed an additional 18 on top of the 14 bait stations. The association is taking every possible step that we can. However, it's up to the individual in their apartments to have an exterminator. I'm on the 3rd floor over in North. I'm in Building 5. From day one, we have had an exterminator.
I do too.
But people that don't have exterminators are asking for a problem.
Thank you. But this type of station,
They're no.
Nobody's put a name. No, nobody's established that, and no one's put a name on them. This was the assumption. This was the assumption. Nobody identified them to be the case. At this point, but the associations covered all those bases as well, of inspecting the roofs, making sure there are no openings. But there are other ways for them to enter your unit. It's not just about, in what you're saying is a from the roof access. There are many, many other ways. There's homes in some of the other associations, the homeowners associations, where they come in through the plumbing. It happens, unfortunately, but nevertheless. Get a
Don't
cat.
worry. It'll be
Get a
fine.
cat.
When Lane pops up, I don't need a microphone, Bill,
There are no other portable microphones.
If you're not on the microphone, it's not going to be recorded.
You want to hold this? Here.
I'll pass it around. Thank you.
Thank you. Lane Polikoff, Building 11. We've been here 6 years. I have a couple of things that I want to mention. One of them is a tree outside of Building 11. It's a large tree. It keeps getting trimmed up. It's beautiful when it blooms. It's got these really nice flowers on it. After it blooms, it creates several pods. In those pods are hundreds of seeds. Hundreds of seeds. When you look on the ground after they drop the seeds, there are thousands of seedlings. The lawn company comes in and they spray those seedlings. They overspray. Not only do they overspray, but the spray dries. When that spray dries and the sprinklers go on, it runs the overspray and the spray that's sitting on the rocks down into the ground. Slowly, over time, the shrubs in front of that building are thinning out because of it.
Is this the tree that's in the middle of the building?
It's the tree in front of 102 and 202 and 302. It's a big tree. It's not a palm tree. There's three large trees that aren't palm trees. So this is a nuisance tree, and I know this because my last house had one, and I had to take them out of the yard. We're not paying extra to spray them. What we're going to eventually have to do is pay extra to replace all the shrubs that over the years have thinned out. And this is different than all of the other buildings because the air conditioners are there. And the seeds don't just fall around the shrubs, they fall into the shrubs. And I see them spraying into the shrubs. So what's happening is the shrubs are slowly thinning out and eventually they'll die and have to be replaced. The tree should probably be taken out. It's a nuisance tree. I don't see any other on the grounds, but it probably should be taken out so eventually we're not going to have to replace all of the shrubs around it because those seeds are all around the building and the complex, not just underneath the tree.
Okay, let me give you a very brief answer. Speak to your building cap. Speak to Stu. No? You still don't hear me?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Speak to Stuart and Eleanor. If they want the tree removed, they know what your budget is. I'll be happy to have it removed.
So that is by building. That would be building. Okay. Thank you. The second thing is that I want to address what we talked about with the social at the beginning of January. I know being on a social committee is thankless. It's hard. You're asking the board for $300. I want to say that I live on the ground floor, and in the 5 years, almost 6 years that I've owned my apartment, I've used the elevator twice. I don't mind paying for the assessments for the elevator because it's good for everybody. But asking for $300 is setting a precedence for the board to pay for social activities that the people themselves aren't paying for. For 6 years, I have not been able to attend that breakfast because I worked. I just retired a month and a half ago. Both my wife and I just retired. We haven't been able to do anything here during the day, and nobody wants to pay for something that they can't participate in. So if you're looking for 100 people to come out of, how many buildings do we have? 27?
11.
11 buildings. Okay, so we have 11 buildings. If you're looking for 100 people, that's great. But you really want to get as many people there as possible. I don't know if everybody can come here, but we wouldn't fit. But setting a precedent is what you're asking to supplement a social activity. What if the men's club runs short on amount for a bus or something? Are we going to come back and say, hey, can we pay for the bus? I think that we need to be careful about setting a precedent and asking everybody to pay for something that is social, that is by choice, because our fees are high enough and we can make the choice not to go or to attend based on the choice, not whether I can afford it or not. That's not my business of whether anybody can afford a social event. If you can't afford a social event, don't go. But I don't believe that the board should be taking everybody's money and paying for social events. That's the first thing. And then I'd like to suggest that you charge $20.26 to celebrate the new year.
Thank you very much for your comments. I appreciate that.
That's a very...
Congratulations on your retirement.
Are you in 101?
He was a teacher, I believe.
Yeah, he seems to be.
Okay, anybody else?
He speaks very clearly.
Marty, anything on Zoom?
Hold on, someone's on.
Yes, I'd just like to ask a question. Marshall Levy from Building 10. And I was noting on the hurricane email that I received that it was recommended to fill a bathtub with water. And of course, that's a common recommendation. However, I was wondering whether the water in our buildings is pumped, depends on electrical pump, or whether it's just under pressure. In other words,
Pressure.
it's on. Oh, okay. So there's no pumping. I didn't think there should be with this, with these heights. But I was wondering if we were being advised to fill a bathtub because, there wouldn't be water, available. But no. So there's no need to worry about having an electrical pump shut off during a power failure.
No.
All right. Thank you. That's all.
So, Ed, the toilets will flush.
Marty, who is that?
If power is
She's in the
out, the
building.
toilets will still flush?
Marshall leave.
So the toilets will flush, but as long as the lift stations that are located adjacent outside are being run, it has some place to go. If not,
Right.
not going to be pretty.
Oh, thank you.
Not every one of them, unfortunately. And the county moves generators from location to location to pump for a period of time and then move it to the next and the next and the next. But, yeah.
Okay, and if that's it, thank you all for coming.